than being true.
Yes.
Can we say the same about pride?
That pride is being false about ourselves? Or do you mean a healthy pride?
Okay. So
I mean, I don't like using the word healthy pride because I think pride so often is not healthy.
Well, it's like
it's
the
putting
mother
ourselves
of all
at the
sins.
Yes, exactly. It's putting ourselves at the center, and really the default position, because of original sin for most people, is to kind of look at ourselves in a very grandiose kind of way and to see ourselves that way.
As God.
Yeah. That's why the first commandment is so important.
Okay, but if pride is defined as putting ourselves first,
Yep.
then really humility is not, the way you define humility is not the opposite of pride.
Humility is putting ourselves in the proper place, in the right relationship with God. So
Yeah.
in a way, it is the
Okay.
opposite. It's just, you can talk about putting yourself in the last place, but we have to be careful because we have the whole idea of the kind of skewed idea of, oh, well, if I'm supposed to be loving, I'm supposed to take care of everybody else. And so I never get to myself. And there's a lot of people who feel that to take the time for themselves is not a healthy thing to do because they really should, it's not the virtuous thing to do, because they really should be putting everyone else ahead of themselves.
Right.
And there's a great truth to that. There are definitely times when we need to put others ahead of ourselves to live the virtue of charity. But the second commandment is to love our neighbor as ourselves.
As ourselves, which means that you have to do both.
So if we're not loving ourselves, how do we even know how to love our neighbor?
Right.
Because we're the first person to really,
Yeah.
we're the person that we experience. We are, how we are in the world is through our person, through our being. And so we have to have, to really be mature in our love. It's not that you can't love without a healthy self-esteem. You can still love, but to love fully, to love maturely, to be able to give yourself completely and to really sacrifice yourself in love, I think you really need that healthy self-regard, that healthy self-esteem.
Yeah. So no one, no one can love in the right way because it's hard work. How much of that misunderstanding of, I guess, humility has to do with also our misunderstanding of sacrifice?
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're really, really connected. The understanding of sacrifice as just, well, it's really talking about what's at the center of your life. If God is at the center of our lives, and then, of course, God's people,
Right.
if they're at the center of our life,